Hey guys, happy Monday. I am coming at you en route to the gym because, as I told you, I am trying to come live every day to add some motivation, inspiration, and value to your life. But sometimes I have to take it on the run. And today's one of those days. So the topic today is overwhelm. And you guys know I'm always inspired to talk to you about something that I'm personally going through. So I'm leaving for Indiana tomorrow, Indianapolis, with Kamran to a Beachbody conference, my third year attending, and I'm not packed yet. And I had a busy day yesterday, busy day today, and I'm still not packed. So, and instead of packing yesterday, what did I do? I went out on the boat. In the little time I had, I went out in the boat. Procrastination at its best. But here's the thing, I was feeling completely overwhelmed at one point yesterday to the point where I was like, I felt a little anxious. So here's how I deal with it. Basically take deep breaths, number one, but that's not one of my 3 tips. You know, you find yourself when you get stressed, you take these little shallow breaths, and you really have to take some deep breaths, literally, stop, take some deep breaths. I have to ask for help, and I'm not one to always, that's number one, ask for help. I'm not always one to ask for help, but I can't do it all. So you have to look around and think, even though I like to do it all, because I like to just get it done myself, I sometimes realize I can't do it all. So I have to ask for help. So for instance, today I asked hubby to help me with dinner tonight and the grocery shopping since he's home. I'm sorry about the traffic, but you know, when you got a message to give, you give it on the run. Anyhow, so I've asked him to help me, and he's going to willingly. But if I didn't ask him, he probably would have asked me. But not every spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, is going to ask you if you need help, because you look like you got it all under control, right? So that's number one. Number 2, set boundaries, okay? I've had to learn this over the last probably 4 or 5 years. When I went into my medical practice in New Hartford, I learned this from my boss, to say no, because there's only so many hours in a day that I'm available, and I'm a people pleaser, and I love to say yes and make people happy, but there's only one of me. And if I am burned out and overwhelmed, I am no good to anyone, especially my family, which is number 1 to me. So you have to say no. There's some times that you just can't do it all, and people just have to understand, or not, right? But set boundaries, you know, put your little bubble around you so people can't invade your little bubble. Don't be a people pleaser and just do things to help others when at the expense of overwhelming you, okay? Now, I'm not saying don't help people. If you actually have time and are not feeling overwhelmed, by all means, I am the first to help somebody and go out of my way to help somebody. But if I personally have a lot going on and I have nothing more to give except to my family, I save it for my family. So I have had to learn to say no to some people. And of course, I'm trying not to feel bad anymore about it. And number 3, don't overschedule yourself. And I was another one to do this. I was like trying to fit 10 things in a day when I can only fit 5. And that is just gonna lead to overwhelm, right? So I was very strategic this weekend. Yesterday when I realized I had promised the kids to go on the boat, but I also knew I had all this other stuff to do. So I got my packing done today, so don't worry about that. But, you know, and I did feel like, oh my gosh, I'm going out on the boat and putting this off because I overscheduled myself yesterday, right? And I rarely feel overwhelmed, but I find when I am, I have violated one of these 3 rules of mine. So I put some things off that weren't urgent till today, like packing, because I still had today. I made good on the promise I made my kids and took them out on the boat. Really, that's what I needed. I needed to be on the water and just take some deep breaths and decompress. But that's exactly what I needed. And the other thing, I was gonna make dinner last night. And I was like, you know what? Not gonna happen. We're ordering out. Even though I had it planned, it was just one more thing that was tipping my bucket beyond full. So we ordered out. and everyone's still living today. So guys, those are my 3 tips on how to get out, how I personally get out of overwhelm. I'm sorry about the cars. I'm sorry that you're shaking a little bit. I am walking, but you know what? Just wanted to make sure you guys had those tips on this Monday mindset. So hope you have an amazing day, and we'll chat tomorrow. I will be en route to Indianapolis around 1, so I will hop on at some point and chat with you guys. Okay guys, talk to you soon. Bye.